This is the Barbados Today morning news for Friday, October 18. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. A storm appears to be brewing at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill Campus between Barbadian students and non-nationals at the Guild of Students. This was made more apparent following the sudden removal of the Barbadian vice president through a no-confidence motion last week. It was brought by Bahamian national, who is also the president of the Association of Bahamians at Cave Hill, Terry Ann Reid. One source said the friction and subsequent ousting of the vice president stemmed from negligence, past allegations, as well as concerns about the use of the university shuttle despite every student paying amenity fees. When contacted, President of the Guild of Students, Thatcher Lutin, told Barbados Today she is not commenting to the media at this point. But one Guild member who requested anonymity described the situation as nothing but drama that has now reached a high point. And the University of the West Indies has entered into an assets for cash agreement with regional governments in an attempt to clear their arrears owed to the university. Vice-Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles says the deal was reached at a meeting with regional leaders last year, and so far it is bearing fruit.
We went to our government at the HES meeting in Haiti last year. We went with them, and we sat with them, and we engaged them. And the Prime Ministers of CARICOM all said, we are committed to the financial sustainability of this University of the West Indies. We understand what you are doing with your global rankings, and we will do nothing to get in the way of your continual rise in your rankings. And therefore, what we will do is where we have no cash, we will give you assets. So we have now entered into a financial phase in the development of university funding model where governments have committed to a circumstance that when there is no cash, there will be assets that will be given to the university to strengthen the balance sheet.
Beckles added that governments have also been working to clear the amounts owed to the university.
The governments have done very, very well. Many governments have cleared their arrears. Many governments have worked out payment plans with us. And many governments have said, here is an injection of cash. We were very proud of what the Barbados government did. Prime Minister Motley, she sat with us and she said, this is the situation in which the country finds itself. We're going to give you an injection of cash to help you with your development, but you also have to join all of the other public institutions, take a haircut. So we took a haircut on some of it, but we got an injection of cash on the other hand. So we are very pleased about that, and we feel very good about that, and we wish to thank the Prime Minister of Barbados for putting us at the top of the table in terms of stabilizing this Cave Hill campus and UWI.
The Barbados Union of Teachers is taking government's promise of appointments of temporary public officers with a grain of salt. BUT President Sean Spencer told Barbados Today his union has heard this promise from previous administrations, and it is now a case of seeing to believe. Spencer added that while appointments have been a hot-button issue for years, teachers are not about to get their hopes up.
The process, if a process started 10 years ago, there's one school where I'm sure those teachers would really and truly love to see their appointments. But the fact of the matter is, after having interviews conducted at least twice in the last 10 years, and recommendations having been sent off to the relevant persons with the support of the board, they really and truly will not take this lightly. But that being said, if and when these appointments come through, you'll have to be thorough, because there are often cases where you are told of cases, legitimate cases, where persons have been bypassed or overlooked. So the criteria again is there. So we seek to enforce it again and not miss applications. Because you would hear some persons saying that the Public Service Act speaks to persons in the service for 3 years as of December 31st, 2007, and saying that it's only for that period. Yet the batch between 2016 and 2017, there are persons with 3-year service, no less, no more, who were appointed, and some with 8, 9, and 10 years were overlooked.
Former workers of the state-owned Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation say they feel betrayed by their union, the Barbados Workers Union. They were sent home from CBC just over a year ago, and they say the union's representation leave a lot to be desired. Kareem Smith has more.
The upset workers comprise mainly those who have been forced to fight an uphill battle for pensions owed to them over the last year. They say they have done this without representation after many years of dedication to union causes. The now unemployed said they are disappointed that in their darkest hour, the union was silent. According to the aggrieved ex-workers, the CBC just recently acknowledged its duty to pay them. Such admissions only came after months of agitation led by veteran journalist Peter Thorne and supported by dozens of affected workers. While Thorne, in his capacity as spokesperson, declined to speak publicly about the union's alleged abandonment of its members, others revealed for some time they had become indifferent about the union. They argued that during the 2018 retrenchments, workers at or over the age of 55 could have been offered retirement or early retirement packages under the CBC's pension plan consistent with the Occupational Pension Benefits Act 2003. They, however, claimed such options were never entertained by the corporation's management nor put forward by union leaders, leaving dozens now trapped in an uphill pension fight. Numerous attempts to reach BWU General Secretary Senator Tony Moore and Deputy General Secretary Dwayne Paul by telephone were unsuccessful. Kareem Smith for Barbados Today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region. The Trinidad government's ongoing recruitment drive in the public service has hit a snag. We get more in this report from TTT Live Online.
A few years ago, government made provisions in its fiscal package geared towards a recruitment drive to fill vacant posts within the public service. Holders of university degrees were the ones to be targeted so as to utilize their qualifications and skill sets. At Thursday's sitting of the Standing Finance Committee, Finance Minister Coram Imbert fielded questions from members of the opposition about why posts in several sections of the financial sector to this day remain vacant. Member of Parliament for Princestown Barry Pardath asked Minister Imbert why positions were not yet filled as promised with university graduates.
When this announcement was made a few budgets ago, it was with a lot of fanfare. And the numbers reflect that 2018 to where we are today, that there has been no expenditure. Does this mean that no one was ever hired in the Ministry of Finance for this program?
Minister Imbert then shed some light on the absence of a recruitment drive and explained why no one has been hired. He said issues arose as the program was initially intended for high-achieving persons.
In fact, we got some pushback from the public servants. We wanted to, I'm telling you as it is, we wanted to employ high achievers, and they felt it should be anybody, anybody even with a past degree. So it has got, a bit stuck, a bit bogged down because of that.
Minister Imbert went further to add that government still holds the view that preference should be given to those who are awarded first-class and upper second-class honours.
And finally, Turkey has agreed to a ceasefire in northern Syria to let Kurdish-led forces withdraw. The deal was reached following talks between U.S. Vice President Mike Pence and Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Ankara. Pence said all fighting will be paused for 5 days and the U.S. will help facilitate the withdrawal of Kurdish-led troops from what Turkey terms a safe zone on the border. It is not clear if the Kurdish YPG will fully comply. That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good morning.